Hey. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Xing Yan, and I'm the founder of YourRipe. YourRipe is Singapore's fastest growing community-based platform connecting retailers, brands, and end consumers. A very warm welcome to the Digital Marketing and E-commerce Summit focused on groceries and home goods. Our team put together this event to bring together industry peers and subject matter experts in digital marketing, e-commerce, and social media so that we can learn, connect, and grow together. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Give me the thumbs up. You're doing great. Thank you. Hopefully you had a good lunch and thank you for taking time to join us. I see some familiar names and I look forward to meet new friends as well. So I have actually a new video, a YourRipe video to share with you. As I said, I can't sing, but I do have a short video. What's happening over these 2 afternoons? We have 3 sessions and about each focusing on a topic in digital marketing, in branding and social e-commerce. And then we also have a networking session. So today, the first session focusing on branding how-tos and increase brand awareness online. Next at 3 p.m., we have a panel discussion on driving your e-commerce traffic and sales and consumer goods trends. Tomorrow at 2 p.m., we have a networking sessions where we have breakout rooms. So you have time to meet other peers in the same industries. And also 3 p.m., hot topic, social media and content marketing, grow followers and engagement. Without further ado, I shall introduce you to our 2 speakers of today. So first, I'd like to introduce you to Arthur. Arthur is a partner at Click-to-View, or award-winning content marketing and digital storytelling agency in Singapore. And fun fact, he's also Singapore's only Russian stand-up comedian.
Hello, everyone. Yes, all these facts are true. I work at Click-to-View and I'm also a comedian. So if you hear some jokes today, just be ready. If you see me trying to make some jokes, be understandable and forgetful. So thanks everyone, and I hope you had a good lunch and now you are in a very good mood to consume some knowledge, and hopefully with this open-minded approach, we'll learn something together.
Thank you, Arthur. You just make our session even more interesting. Next, I'd like to introduce you to Hazel. Hazel has over 20 years of international branding experience. She's a brand builder, marketer, and storyteller, and she's currently a brand and marketing consultant. She's a consultant to YourRipe as well. Hi, Hazel. How are you?
Hi, everyone. Really excited to be here. Like what Xing Yan say, I spent some time with YourRipe, so really excited that this time around I'm on the other side of the camera, not behind the camera, and I'll get to be on spotlight.
Thank you, Hazel. So we're going to kick start right away, okay? And I'm going to first ask a few questions that I've collected from the survey, that's from our partners that on related to brand communication strategy, and also in terms of brand launching and repositioning. But of course, this is a very interactive session, so feel free to type your questions in the chat. Nanda is our tech host, so she will help to collect all the questions, and then we will ask the speakers as we go along. So first, yes, speakers, I really want to know, can you help us first share your understanding, your definition of brand communication? What is key, both in terms of B2B brand communications and B2C brand communication? Arthur, would you like to take this off?
Sure. I think for me, just to put it simply, it's kind of in the name, right? Brand communications. It's the whole range of all the activities that are relating to how brand talks to different audiences. I think it's important to understand it's both internal and external audiences. So it's obviously your clients, your consumers, your partners, but also it can be an employer branding angle to the communication. So it can be potential new staff that you would like to recruit and promote yourself to. But obviously you need not to forget about your existing staff, right? And your internal team. So obviously brand communications also includes all the internal communications, including shareholders, investors, teammates, etc. So I think what is important, why is it important? Just in general, I guess, if you don't know where you're going and what you're standing for, right? It's quite difficult to navigate in this ever-changing business landscape. So you have to understand what are your values, what are your goals, and keep them consistent across different channels so that they can help to meet your objectives. There are certain specialities between B2B communications and B2C communications. In our agency, we are mostly dealing with B2B marketing and communications content. So I think the usual stereotype, I guess, it's just a bit more serious, a bit more dry, sometimes complicated and boring. And that's exactly what we're trying to basically dismiss, that actually it can be a lot of exciting stuff. It can be fun. It can be engaging. And that's what we're helping our clients to do. And for me, sometimes for certain campaigns or certain messages, honestly, I just don't understand why it should be different. Because at the end of the day, when we say B2B or B2C, we still talk about real humans that we communicate to, right? So I don't think that if we leave the office door and go on with our lives, we suddenly switch off our mind and we consume content somehow differently. We still receive it in the same audiovisual formats. So I think sometimes we are maybe overcomplicated and overthinking certain things, and maybe treating some of the audiences as too clever or not too clever. So there are a lot of specialities there, but in general, I think it's just every brand needs to know how to communicate and what they stand for.
Yes, communicate to people and its goals and our values at the core of it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Arthur. Hazel?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Arthur, and I very much like what he said about, you know, the part about it's an audience-centric communication. But just before we go into that, I just want to step back a little bit and just kind of make things a little bit simple, easier to understand. Is that when we talk about branding, you know, sometimes people get like, oh, this is such a big word. But if you were to think about it in a day-to-day life, something that we all can relate to, think about how you want this product to be known, just like how you as yourself want to be known. And if you put that into shoe, I think that's make it a lot easier to understand. And then once you say, okay, if this brand stands for being authentic, so that means your communication has to be very authentic as well. And then how then you communicate to the different audiences. I think some things just on, you know, going back to what Arthur mentioned about different stakeholders, you have your employees, you have your shareholders, you have your customer, you have your consumer. I think what we need to always remember is that we should be thinking about what the audience want, what's in it for them, what are they looking for, what are their needs, and then communicate to them in the way that they can easily understand. So for example, it could be the same message, it could be the same message, but when I communicate to a stakeholder, to the shareholders are usually more concerned about what kind of value, is it profitable? That's the value that, you know, the shareholder will always think about. But when you talk to the consumer is, what are you giving to me? How can I benefit from using this brand, this product? So tailoring your communication to the audiences are imperial. So, you know, sometimes these days, you know, we always think about, oh, is it offline or is it online? I think if we were to take away all this boundary about communications and just think, where are my audiences and at what time is it most, do I get their most attention? How do I capture their attention? I think that then, you know, cut down all the borders and boundaries that we have on certain notions.
Thank you, Hazel. Yes, it's knowing where the audience are, what are their interest points, and tailor to them. But at the same time, keeping true, right? True to the brand's voice, brand personality. I think in branding, we talk a lot about brand persona, and yeah, who we are and who our ideal customers, right? Because when we humanize, right, it makes the communication strategy much easier and much more cohesive, right? You are consistent. Consistency is something I think also in branding very key, so that you build the trust, right? The consumers, the stakeholders, your employees, your business partners, your investors. Yeah, they all know, yes, this is the consistent image that you are portraying. I think that the trust side. So Hazel mentioned more about the needs. So I think, of course, with COVID-19, right? We've been living this for 2 years now. So yes, could you share a little bit how you've seen businesses adapting, you know, their brand communication strategy with the evolving, because I think we're still in the middle of it. Yeah, with this evolving pandemic and Okay, so that's very interesting. And if we have no questions, I think, yeah, it would be great if our speakers can share your email address, if you don't mind, like on the chat or your website. So, you know, we can reach out to you. And also we would love to take a picture in also a group picture for all the attendees. So if you don't mind, switch on your webcams. I have a very kind message from Priscilla I would like to read out. I was told in focus group discussion that people tend to consume knowledge from friends or thought leaders / influencers instead of brands. That's to me the power of your ripe. Yes, thank you. We hope to bring the power of community together and benefit the brands.